Today we are diving into the vibrant world of anti-inflammatory foods. For those of you who don't know, I am a practicing licensed nutritionist in the US, and the anti-inflammatory dietary approach is probably the one that I use most often in my practice. Inflammation is one of the main driving factors behind numerous chronic conditions, including things like chronic pain, Alzheimer's, autoimmune diseases, cardiovascular diseases, and more. Inflammation is a perfectly natural occurrence, and it's something that we actually need. It's part of our healing complex. What we don't want is inflammation sticking around in the long term. That's when we start to trend towards some of these lifestyle diseases. Fortunately, your diet is one of the easiest and most effective ways to reduce chronic inflammation. An anti-inflammatory diet is meant to provide anti-inflammatory compounds while simultaneously reducing the pro-inflammatory compounds coming from the diet. There are many factors that can make something fall into the category of anti-inflammatory. I'm going to break this down into the 4 main things that I think are important in creating an anti-inflammatory way of eating without introducing restriction. So, first and foremost, an anti-inflammatory diet is colorful. Imagine a plate filled with a rainbow of vegetables. These vibrant hues are not just for show. They signify a rich diversity of phytochemicals and antioxidants. You've heard of antioxidants before, most likely in the context of vitamin C or wild blueberries. And these compounds help to neutralize free radicals, which are inflammatory compounds that can damage cells and cause significant inflammation, which leads to disease. I like to think of a free radical as a bull in a china shop just bouncing around and damaging everything. Antioxidants, on the other hand, are the compounds that can calm down that bull and turn it into a harmless cow. Now, phytonutrients are colorful chemical compounds produced by plants. When humans eat plant foods, these phytonutrients protect us from chronic diseases. Phytonutrients play many roles in the body. They've been shown to support the immune system, feed good bacteria in the gut, protect the integrity of the cells by preventing DNA damage, and more. Phytonutrients and antioxidants are found in plant foods, and different colors typically represent different phytonutrients. This is one of the reasons why we start with adding color. The easiest way to start here, if you'd like, is to just look at how colorful your plate is. Are you seeing 1 or maybe just 2 different hues? In that case, you may want to add a 3rd, 4th, or even 5th color to your plate. Some easy ways to do this would just be to get different colors of some of your favorite vegetables. Tricolor carrots, for example, will all each have different phytonutrients. You can also choose purple, red, and yellow potatoes, red, orange, yellow, or green bell peppers. These are all simple ways just to get more colors. You can also just start by adding 1 or 2 new vegetables to your grocery list each week. Over time, you'll have a much wider variety of fruits and vegetables on your plate. Another great way to increase your intake of phytonutrients and antioxidants is through herbs and spices. Fresh herbs are fantastic, but dried herbs and spices are a very convenient way to increase your intake of these phytochemicals. Adding a teaspoon of dried rosemary or thyme to your roasted potatoes or your roasted chicken can be a great way to increase the overall anti-inflammatory value of that food. Even though we're focusing on colorful foods, don't ignore the tan and brown category. Many of these foods are potent immune boosters, and white beans actually have a surprisingly high level of polyphenols. So when we say eat the rainbow, we really do mean the full spectrum of colors that are available to you in nature. Some people go as far as to say that the most important thing that you can do to balance inflammation in your body is to keep your blood sugar balanced. Unfortunately, blood sugar dysregulation is pretty common in our modern world. Many convenience foods are missing important nutrients like fat and protein and have been stripped of their fiber, which are the nutrients that help to prevent blood sugar dysregulation. When we consume foods that are high in carbohydrates and low in fat, fiber, and protein, we're more likely to see a spike in our blood sugar. What goes up must come down, and that spike and drop can cause inflammation as well. Over time, these spikes in inflammation caused by blood sugar dysregulation can lead to chronic conditions, not just diabetes, but also heart disease and hormone dysregulation, among many others. We're not going to spend a lot of time talking about ways to stabilize your blood sugar in this video. Just know that it does play a role in overall inflammation. The simplest, most straightforward way to make sure that your blood sugar is stable throughout the day is going to be to ensure that you have fat, fiber, and protein at all of your meals and snacks. You also want to make sure that you're eating somewhat regularly, maybe every 4 hours or so, and not going too long between meals, because this can lead to blood sugar dysregulation and reactive hypoglycemia. If you'd like some recipes that are great for keeping your blood sugar balanced, I'll link to a video that I did following a blood sugar friendly meal plan while wearing a continuous glucose monitor to ensure my blood sugar stayed stable throughout the 3 days. And of course, my website frugalnutrition.com is also a great source for blood sugar friendly recipes. Another component of an anti-inflammatory diet is that it's rich in omega fatty acids. We typically focus on omega-3 fatty acids, but we actually need a variety of different types of omega fatty acids, all of which we can get from our diet. We do tend to get more omega-6 fatty acids than we need because these fats are present in the oils that are used in processed and fried foods. While omega-6 fatty acids are not bad, we absolutely need them, the ratio of omega-6 to omega-3 fatty acids is important for balancing inflammation, which is why we tend to focus on omega-3 fatty acids the most. Omega-3 fatty acids come from a few different plant and animal sources. Fatty fish like salmon and sardines are rich in the bioavailable forms of EPA and DHA, while plant foods such as ground flax, hemp hearts, chia seeds, and walnuts are great sources of ALA. All of these are forms of omega-3 fatty acids. When we say moderate to high in fiber, what we typically mean is a diet that's rich in plant foods. Fiber is the primary fuel for our gut bacteria. It also provides bulk to our stool, which keeps our bowel movements regular, and this helps us to eliminate inflammatory toxins that could otherwise sit around. And fiber also helps us to feel full and satisfied from our meals. Fiber is found in many plant foods, especially beans, whole grains, nuts and seeds, and even fruits and vegetables. By eating a wide variety of whole foods from these categories, we can usually get plenty of fiber. The average American gets about 15 grams of fiber per day, while the FDA recommends a minimum daily intake of 25 grams of fiber. Most of us in the digestive health space actually recommend closer to 30 to 40 grams of fiber per day to help maintain a robust and balanced microbiome. If you're not sure if you're getting enough fiber, adding a tablespoon of ground flax or chia to your morning oatmeal or your smoothie is a great way to boost up your fiber content. I love roasting chickpeas or white beans in the oven and adding them to salads. And you can also just increase your overall intake of fruits and vegetables. So in short, an anti-inflammatory approach is aiming to consume plenty of colorful foods, making sure that you're getting enough fat, fiber, and protein at all of your meals and snacks, consuming foods that are rich in different types of omega-3 fatty acids, and ensuring that you're getting plenty of fiber throughout the day. You may have noticed that we didn't spend too much time talking about pro-inflammatory foods to avoid. The reason for this is that it's almost always better to start by adding in beneficial foods rather than worrying about foods that may be causing inflammation. There are numerous types of pro-inflammatory foods available to us today, but if you start by adding in some of the foods that we've discussed in this video, you'll be off to a great start. And next week, I'll actually be sharing a brand new video where I follow an anti-inflammatory meal plan for a full 7 days to give you plenty of recipe inspiration. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and turn on your notifications so you get notified when that video is published. And of course, there are many other lifestyle factors that influence inflammation. Some of the primary ones include sleep, stress, healthy relationships, movement, and environmental exposures. These topics are outside the scope of this particular video, but are equally as important in your overall health and balancing inflammation. I love nutrition education. I love sharing little ways that you can improve your health by simply adding a few different foods to your regular daily intake. I hope this video was valuable to you, and if it was, please let me know in the comments below so I know that you like this type of content. Thanks as always for being here, and I'll see you in the next video. I got it.